Welcome to CPG Vibes. No script, just chat. We talk all things food and beverage and so much more. Feel our vibe and search for CPG Vibes on Apple Podcast or Spotify, and make sure to give us a 5-star review. If you'd like to sponsor our show with your product or service, or be a guest, email us at cpgvibes100@gmail.com. Now your hosts, me, Alex Bear with Genius Juice, and Wade Yenny. All right, welcome to episode 105 of CPG Vibes. I like that 5 rhymes with vibes. I say that whenever an episode is ending with 5, repetitive like that. No script, just chat. Wade, I love your shirt. How you doing, buddy?
I'm doing good. That's foreshadowing to our sponsor today, Guru Energy, right?
Woo! All right,
I'm doing good. It's been a pretty quiet week. Not much happening. How about you?
Crickets. Not as much going on as you. I can say that much. We should let's do the laundry list items, and then we're going to talk about some of the personal developments in Wade Yenny's world. You saw the post, right, that Wade did. If you haven't, look it up on LinkedIn. So a couple things. If you're interested in sponsoring our show, we're filling up quick. Feb's basically booked. March is almost booked. So we're booking 1 to 2 months out, which is great. We love the support, and we're really happy for that to keep the lights on. Even though I'm using the sun today, it's all natural light here. Make sure to email us cpgvibes100@gmail.com. And what's great about the sponsorship, we'll mention you in the beginning, the middle, and the end, and we'll also be enjoying your product during the show because we love the product, right? So we're doing that with Guru, who is our sponsor today. If you'd like to be a guest, same email, cpgvibes100@gmail.com. So there's Newswire stuff, there's Expo West stuff, but the topic of the week, and definitely of the last 24 hours, has been your post, right? About some personal changes going on, and life changes, I should say. So tell us more.
Yeah, so without taking up the whole show, I announced yesterday publicly on LinkedIn that it's a process I've done pretty much my whole career. Once I entered salaried management, I kind of do this self-evaluation thing every 2 or 3 years, and approaching 2 years here in North Carolina. Next in about 2 weeks, actually, I think I'll be at Expo on my anniversary, but. Just did some self-reflecting, some self-evaluation, and kind of thinking about where I'm at and what I want to do, and made a decision that I'll be leaving my current role and seeing what lies ahead for me. I don't necessarily want to dwell on specifics as far as the who's, the whys, and whats. I mean, it's my choice. It's something that I've decided, and I'm looking forward to the next challenge ahead. I think it's all about setting goals for yourself and continuing to mental health, physical health, personal, family, and all those good things, and that's it. So I'm actively looking for and considering opportunities, whether it's in my current field, whether it's on the consulting side, which I've kind of done a little bit on the side, like you have, and who knows, sales, brokering. I'm casting a net, Alex, and whatever makes the most sense for me, whatever makes the most sense for my family, that will be the next thing on the horizon. So nothing lined up. It's just a leap of faith. I kind of alluded that yesterday as well. And that's the 5,000, 100,000 foot view as far as that goes. So.
Yeah. Well, because you've been, it's been, how long was the journey in your last role?
In the current one?
The current one, like where you're at now.
Well, yeah. So like I said, it'll be my 2 year.
2 years, right?
Yeah, when I'm at Expo. Yeah. So
right,
2 years.
Right. So you're just hitting 2 years. So
yeah.
You're, and a lot of people said this in your post, a lot of comments, right? And you're very transparent and open. Just, you're saying, here's what's going on. Here's what's happening. Is you have picked up so much knowledge from just like all the roles that you've had. And we've talked about it, like there's a lot of opportunities out there. I'm sure you will get offers, whether it's, after reading the LinkedIn post, whether it's, going to Expo, right? Which the timing is good there, right? Where you can at
Hmm.
least, talk to people and see what's out there for, what's next for Wade Yenny. But I think just what's great is like just the amount of knowledge base of, handling center store and category
Hmm.
management. And there's always that kind of the questions we ask is, do we go off on our own and do
Hmm.
consulting, or do we join another company and where we really feel we can make an impact? And I think that's the key thing, right? Is
Right.
like the next step for you is going to be like, I guess, more about where can I make an impact? Where do I feel
Hmm.
passionate about it? So have you thought about just, where your passion is going forward? Like what could be next?
Well, I think that's part of the journey is finding out exactly what that passion is, and
Right.
it's kind of all over the place. But
Mm.
I think one of the things I'm kind of mulling over is maybe doing some fractional work, possibly for a couple different companies at the same
Okay.
time,
Love that.
something like that, and just I want to feel good about, and I should preface this all by saying that. This has nothing to do with my current company. This is, this is a self reflection, a self evaluation, and this, I've stated, a thousand times how much I love the team that I have. This is about me and about where I want to go and what I want to do.
Yep.
And and so to answer your question, Alex, I think that's part of what this is all about is finding what that passion is, and
Hmm.
and self discovery, and that's all part of what's going on. So yeah, that's why I'm saying what I'm saying is about casting a net really wide as far as so I can mull over different options as far as it in this field, that field, full time like I'm doing now, or fractional, or different things on the side. It's all part of the journey.
Yeah, it's a cool place to be. And with fractional work as 1099, those write-offs they can be pretty juicy, right? So just, a little shout out to all the consultants out there and the 1099ers is, you got to drive your car sometimes, right? To visit a client or do these things or so anyway. So, and then we're all working from home. You can write off your office, right? At home.
Exactly.
So the 1099 write-offs are endless, but we're not doing a tax masterclass here. But we're doing number one, Guru, who's our sponsor for this episode, and also V Driven, our long term sponsor, Luke.Abbott at vdriven.com. Make sure to reach out to him and we'll post his email. So I'd like to go to shout outs here because for those that didn't know about your life change, now you know. If you don't know,
Right.
now you know, right? Like that rap song.
Exactly. And please message me if you
Yeah.
have something that might interest me, or something that you think might be in my wheelhouse. Please reach out. On LinkedIn. I'm not too ashamed to solicit that open to work hashtag. Right. It's right there. But yeah,
Yep.
I'm looking forward to having some conversations. So
Yeah, it's going to be awesome. You will have a lot of meetings going on at Expo, and then you'll be enjoying a lot of different foods. So
which
hopefully not.
I
Yeah.
was going to say, which you just answered one of the questions that was in the chat, and from Marcy Yensko, as far as whether I would be there. So,
Definitely
yep,
will. Well,
yep.
I think we can talk about also
I
what
was going
we're
to
going
say
to be doing.
that's a good segue, right?
Yeah, I think we have to send. It's a Marcia,
Marcy. Yep.
Marcy. Yeah, I remember meeting her down in San Clemente. So, yeah. So announcement: we're going to be doing the show live from Expo West, and we're going to be at the Eye Level Brands booth. There was a few people that reached out to us to offer their booth, and we're super gracious for that. And I actually still need to get back to one of them, and that we've selected someone else's booth. I have not texted them yet, but I will. But we're gracious for all the offers on hosting the CPG Vibes show at your booth live right there in the middle of the trade show. But we've selected eye level brands. They're in the booth number. You can write this down. I love how easy it is to remember this 2223, booth
Even we
2223. Yeah. So, like North Hall, second floor, booth 2223, eye level brands. That's I, and then like the letter I, level brands. And David Abrahams, he's awesome guy. He's the CEO and founder of iLevel, and he offered us the booth. So we're going to have a 4-foot table. It's going to be us two. We're going to have a third mic for just guests. So if you're walking on the floor and we make eye contact, and I'm like, "Yep, love that person. Bring him in," or Wade makes eye contact, "Bring him in." We're just going to pull you from the floor. You're going to sit down, be in the hot seat, and you're going to talk to us about your business, about who you are. And we're just going to bring in, I think the goal is about 10 to 15 guests. And we could go over an hour, by the way. I mean, this thing could go until night, until they shut off the electricity in the freaking building. Right?
Or we lose our voice, right? They throw us out.
Lose our voice. Yeah. But I got to save it for karaoke one of those nights, right? One of these nights. So anyway, so we'll be there Thursday, 2:30 p.m. And make sure to swing by the Eye Level Brands booth. We'll have a big banner there, so you won't miss us. It's a corner booth as well. So what else?
Well, I was gonna say I had something here. Whether I don't know if it was a comment or
we should go through comments, right?
Yeah. I put the link in for the podcast for 5 stars.
Yep.
Allie Kane is here, and she's had a couple things in there that I'm trying to find her here. There's a lot of comments there. They're coming hot. I know what I was going to say regarding our sponsor, Guru Energy, right? For those of you, and we've got every week we get some new listeners or new viewers, whatever you want to say. Guru Energy is our sponsor this week, and we are going to ask a question about something we've talked about during the show. It could be anything, something we've already talked about, something coming, but at the end of the show, we'll ask a question. And this week's prize is pretty crazy. I don't know what Luke, that's going to be on here later, and Deemer are thinking, but they're sending 6 cases of Guru Energy to the winner of today's contest. So you're going to get jacked up. I was going to say, you're going to get jacked up. So if you're just tuning in and you're new to the show, that's what we do each week with the sponsor. So we're going to give away something. It's going to be whoever answers the question from earlier in the show. So, Allie Kane said, when one does the next and most necessary thing without fuss and with conviction, one always does what is meaningful and intended by fate. Carl Jung. And Allie's tremendous. She's reached out to me, and I appreciate that. And for that matter, everyone that's reached out to me. I've had some texts. I've had some phone calls. I've had messages. It's been quite the 36 or so hours. I can't remember when that post went live. And but I'm very appreciative. Looking forward to it. Robert Kogan said he couldn't message me, and so Robert, I put my email there in the chat. Please reach out, and we'll have a conversation. So but that's what's going on. Let's see what are the other comments that we have here.
We got Sean Berg over here.
Yeah.
Happy Friday. We have Dima Mararu, obviously, with Guru Energy, right?
Yep.
And then I just want to also mention Allison Kane's new line that just was launched. I was looking for it on LinkedIn, and I know Wade's already, I can see it in his eyes. He's looking for the post. I know him so well,
Actually, I was going to say, I actually was headed straight to her website, but
I didn't see it on the website unless I said something new is coming. 2 years.
It's right on the website. What are you talking about? Come on.
Do I need to refresh it? Hold on.
I got it. It's right. The first thing you see at the top of the website shelf, right? I think so. I think
this is I see her sauces, but I don't see the aioli sauces in here. So I think I saw a pop-up saying something new is coming, but it's on her LinkedIn post. She has, I think it's 4 or 5 SKUs. I saw it just briefly yesterday. Congratulations to Allie. We know how hard, I know, and Wade does, just from being in the business as well, hard it is to launch new product lines, and the R&D and the packaging and formulation, and then getting retailers to bring it in. So there's a LinkedIn post there with the announcement for her new aioli line, which is awesome. I mean, garlic aioli, you can't really go wrong with that. Kenny Hausman, Dima's here, so the party can begin. I think whoever wins the 6 cases, they'll be floating above everyone else at Expo. They'll be like, oh, that guy who's in the air levitating, they won the prize. Matt Saperstein, how you doing, brother? Happy Friday, guys. Matt is in Florida, and we become friends. We met through LinkedIn. So good guy. Talked to him about a month ago, and we text, I think, pretty much every week. Let's see. Namik Sultan, happy Friday. And then we got Kenny. I'm sipping on an Olipop. I have one of them too. So there we go. I have like 5 beverages like
I
that,
was just say like you like to stay hydrated, so yeah, you've got all your needs covered.
which can be problematic when the show is an hour long.
Yes.
Is there, an official CPG Vibes bedpan below the desk? We don't know.
Might be something might be something we can do for sure. A branded bedpan that might we have shirts.
Branded
We had the
bedpan.
shirts last year. Maybe that's the collectible this year. It's a branded bedpan with our faces on it. What do you think?
Yeah. And, branded diapers, and you don't even have to go to the bathroom. You can just walk the show and you can network nonstop.
Right.
Oh man, it reminds me of a Family Guy episode where, like, Peter, Peter Griffin, right, the main guy.
Yep.
He was wearing diapers, and he was like in the middle of a board meeting, and he was in the middle mid sentence, and suddenly he's like, I think those projections are, and it's like 20 seconds of him just like staring, and then
Right.
he like, I think those are good, and like that he pissed his pants basically. It was
Love
all
it.
right. So the big news is Wade staying in NC, I hope. Okay.
That's TBD. I mean, in a perfect world, I'll stay here.
We miss you in California.
We bought a house just about a year ago, and in a perfect world we stay here, and if I need to do some traveling here and there for a new role or something, certainly could do that. But we're not opposed to relocating if that's what makes sense. And again, it's all going to come down to what's out there and what makes the most sense for Renee and I, and
Yep.
that'll present itself in due time. But it's all about what makes the most sense. So yeah,
Exactly.
North Carolina. I think that was Sarah in Asheville, and believe me, Sarah, if by some chance we would leave North Carolina, we'll be in Asheville again before we depart, because we love Asheville. So definitely.
Yeah. It's a very magical place. Some other comments we have here. So we have Kenny Hausman again. Can't wait to reconnect with everyone at Expo. Robert Kogan. We already said that one. Let's go to the bottom here. Yeah, she said it's not updated. Allison Kane. And congrats, Allison. So part of what we're talking about, we do the news wire, right? There's a bunch of news and things that have come out. I think the big articles that I'm seeing are really about just the prebiotic sodas and how big these companies and are getting. And what I love about this is that they are taking away some market share away from the Cokes and the Pepsis, which again, big brands, right? And respect what they've built, but at the same time, not healthy, right? Just a lot of sugar, a lot of caffeine, aspartame, a lot of chemicals, things that negatively affect a person's health over time, right? And I think it's linked, right? Negative health effects. So
Right.
Olipop came on the scene. I saw him at Erewhon in 2016. I'm like, what in the hell is this? Like, this is so different. And I remember trying the strawberry vanilla and going, I can't believe this is only 3 grams of sugar. It tastes amazing. And so since then, and this is in 2023, this is news that might be a little out, at least an article, but they approached 200 million in annual sales run rate in 2023. And probably by now, I think at this point, they're nearing 300 million. So, and then you have Poppi. So together with Poppi and Olipop, they're approaching $500 million in sales. I think they're in the mid threes, high threes, low fours. And then Poppi obviously had their Super Bowl ad, right? Almost 2 weeks ago. So,
and I was going to touch on that real quick, not to cut
sure,
you off, but
sure.
without, and I think I kind of dropped this last week a little bit, but without divulging dollars and cents and anything like that, I will tell you that since that Super Bowl ad, I've seen looking year over year numbers up 3 digits. I mean, it's crazy.
Insane.
Yeah, it's crazy. And just that short time frame. Now, the category as a whole, it has been, and I'm not, again, I can't divulge anything, and I won't divulge anything, but it's been up, I think, double digits, ridiculously everywhere, right? And I think if you go back to the beginning of the show, I was looking at, we had a question from Kate Stevens, and I don't know if you can find that one on here, Alex, or not. I'll read it if you can find it and throw it up there. But she said fascinating topics with the explosive growth of prebiotic sodas like Olipop and Poppi.
Hmm. Hmm.
What key factors do you think contribute to their success? So I know I have an opinion. I'm sure you do. What would you say? From your perspective, why is Olipop and Pop and now Poppi and all the other ones? Why do you think that category and is just blowing up like it is?
It's a very vast question where there's a lot of different reasons. I think one of them is the timing, right? Where kombucha kind of hit their plateau, right? People has a lot of sugar. Kombucha has sugar from the fermentation process. There's so many kombucha brands. The category got kind of exhausted just with so many brands and competitors. And I think it's a combination of Olipop, number one, the two co-founders of Ben Goodwin and David Lester. They did this before. They had a prebiotic soda called Obi that came out in a glass bottle, like root beer and a couple others, and it failed. Right? It failed. Came out in 2012, 2013. So they were too early. And then in 2016, 15, 16, they came out with this. So I think people were getting tired of the how polarizing kombucha can be. And I love kombucha, right? You've seen me drink it at multiple occasions, mostly on the show. And so it was something new that still gave you the benefit, the prebiotics, the probiotics, gut health. To me, what I've seen from SPINS data, gut health, immunity was number one during the pandemic. Gut health is now number one. Like people just are concerned about how you feel, gut health, digestion, all that. So they rode that wave of growth, during the pandemic and post pandemic. And they also, the product just tastes really good. Like it's low sugar and it's fun. The branding's great. And they are capturing an audience of people that are like, this tastes just like, it's similar to Coca Cola or Dr. Pepper or root beer. And it's way healthier. So I think
Right.
they shot the moon, to be honest, where they raised the money, great brand, great packaging, two founders that did it before and they learned from their mistakes and parlayed into a success. And people are looking for less sugar and more fiber. And they're looking for probiotics and things that help with digestion. So I think they just shot the moon and they also
Like
executed correctly
right.
too. The execution, the flavor selection, and without blabbing too much, Ben Goodwin, I met him at a summit and I talked to him for about 45 minutes. The guy is brilliant. He's like a food science nerd. He knows how to formulate products. And I think to this day, Olipop is to me, the tastiest probiotic or prebiotic soda out there, period.
Yeah, so I want to touch on a couple comments. Kenny's that I put up there. I think the timing is right, coupled with folks looking for healthy alternatives to their traditional faves. And then Roberts, and then I'll give some comments, and we want to get to Luke, our sponsor. But
Yep.
Robert says the fact that Olipop has done it as a refrigerated brand made it an even better accomplishment.
Huge.
I've
Huge.
learned the cooler is almost impossible to get facing. And actually, what I was going to kind of chime in is a little bit what Kenny said. And you said as well. I mean, from my perspective, I think kombucha was kind of the entry level, original, right? The OG. But the difference in Olipop is it tastes good, right? I mean, and so the people that like me, the hardcore kombuchas that have that vinegary,
Yeah.
bitey,
Yeah.
I love the sweeter ones. There's certain flavors of GTs that I'm all about. There's certain brands that I like better than others, but I'm not a hardcore. That vinegary kombucha taste is a turnoff for
Mhm.
me, whereas
Mhm.
Olipop tastes good, right? So you got the health aspects that it's healthier than sodas. It's got the probiotic, prebiotic, functional aspect of it. But yeah, 100%. 100% what Robert says is that's the thing that just fascinates me more than anything is the refrigerated aspect of it, because they're doing this volume, they're building this business without having to and the same could be said for GTs, but they've been around for a while, right? But Olipop, this category, and some of the new items that are coming out like Poppi are shelf stable, whereas Olipop has kind of been refrigerated from the jump. So it's just, to me, just fascinating that they have done what they've done with a refrigerated brand. So
100%.
yeah, so
100%.
we want to get to Luke now.
Well, one more thing I wanted to just add on to that. I know Luke, sorry, we're a couple minutes behind, but that won't eat into your time at all. That's our bad here. Is you know, once Olipop came out, to make any category great, there needs to be follow-on brands as well. And Poppi was, I think, brewing, no pun intended, like almost at the same time as Olipop, but I know they didn't really come out with Poppi, to my knowledge, like the branding of it and the rebrand in the can until sometime after Olipop, right? So Olipop like broke into this category, which I think again takes an existing category, right? Gut health, sparkling drinks, and making it better. They just evolved it. They didn't do a revolution. They think they did an evolution of it. So, but then Poppi came on, and then Delicaye, and then you have these flavors that have cultural influences, right? It's the Sanzos of the world, but in prebiotic, you have Delicaye, which has the kind of Hispanic influence there, and then you have Wild Wonder,
Wild Wonder.
and so they have kind of a little bit of the Asian influence as well with some of the botanicals, and I think botanicals and functional ingredients are huge in these. But overall, the one other thing I'll mention, it's hard to drink a whole bottle of kombucha as well. It's just really dense, and you have to slowly sip it to get the benefits. And so the fact that you can take an Olipop and crush it, if you really like it, like a root beer, and get the benefits from it quickly, that's also big too.
Right. Definitely.
Yeah, if there's any other brands you want us to chat about, I know there's a new one that Maya French came out with as well. Before we bring on Luke, sorry again for the delay. New brand. She was with Koia, and I think it's called Happy Pop, I believe. And so she came out with this, I think this year. And there's also Sunsip from Health Aid. It's starting to get to a point where it's getting saturated, and some brands are going to fall out and not survive, and then the big ones are going to win. So, or the ones that are emerging are going to win. So it's kind of heading in that direction, I think. But maybe there's enough room for all of them. I don't know.
Yeah.
Who knows?
See. Time will tell.
Time will tell. All right. So without further ado, he just took a big swig of the Guru, and I'm going to take another one. We'll do a cheers when we bring him on. But the sponsor for this episode is Guru Energy. And Wade, would you like to do the honors about Guru?
I would love to do the honors. 1 second here. Let me get to one.
I'll talk about the individual we're bringing on.
Got it. There it is. Yep. So Guru, they are Guru Organic Energies, the world's first natural energy drink. The organic choice that delivers great taste and good energy. Guru Energy drinks are made from a short list of organic plant-based active ingredients, including natural caffeine with 0 sucralose and 0 aspartame. Guru believes energy shouldn't come at the expense of health, which is why Guru is on a mission to clean up the energy drink industry one can at a time. Their latest innovation launches are Tropical Punch, Fruit Punch, and Peach Mango Punch. And today we have Luke, who is the VP of Research and Development, representing Guru, and he's also AKA as the brewmaster. So Luke, welcome to the show.
Hi everyone.
There it is.
Well, you said it all, Wade.
Yeah. So we can just cut you out right now. You're done, right? No.
What a great introduction. It's a pleasure to be with you guys. It's
awesome.
It's great. So I'm live from Montreal. This is actually my brew lab where all the gurus are actually created, and that's where I get my inspiration here. And cheers. Thank you for having me on the show.
So like VP of innovation. So it's cool. Like I think people are always fascinated with like formulas and how you put things together. What's your process to like work on a new flavor? Like, do you just lock yourself in the lab for like 48 hours and you come out only after you make something, or what's your process?
Well, the process is coming from a long experience that I've developed for years and through my background. People ask me where I'm coming from, so you can hear this French accent. So I'm originally from France. I am a PhD in pharmacology. I've been growing in the field of plants. So my T-shirt says it like I'm made in plants. Both my parents were actually pharmacists, and they had a nutritional lab and a plant extraction facility. So it's all about plants. And when you mix plants, ethnobotany, which is actually the science and the where the plants are originally used from the different tribes. And so I'm mixing like the functionality and the origin of the plants, and combining everything together to make a good product. And then that's where you get the functionality, you get the taste, and also you get the nutritional side. So there are three things I'm always looking at: how to make a product very efficacious, with a good taste, and with a good nutritional table in the back. So
So, so I was going to ask you, Luke, the what was the inspiration for your latest innovation, the punchline? You know, I mentioned the three flavors, but what were you thinking? What made you come up with these latest flavors?
So first of all, it's all about flavor. Flavor forward. It's a line of three products. We have the tropical punch, we have the fruit punch, and the peach mango. It's flavor forward. We want a great taste. So we wanted to come up with a product that tastes like your typical punch. Real juices, the sweetness from real cane sugar, but just a tiny bit, and then we add the monk fruit and stevia. Um, that's uh, that's how we made the punch itself. But we added also functionality to it. So we wanted to make sure that it's not just another energy drink. It's beyond energy. We have energy plus functionality, and behind the line of punch, we've added the focus function. So for your mental. So we're actually mixing ingredients from green tea,
Mhm.
natural green tea caffeine in combination with the theanine. The combination has been clinically studied to boost your mental performance, and that's what you're going to get throughout the punchline.
Love it, love it. You know, the big thing that was, you know, and the line looks great and all this stuff. I'm not just saying that because you're sponsoring. It really does. I'm not bullshitting you here. But when you know, and I like the taste. I don't drink a lot of energy drinks. Okay, I'm not a big energy drink person, but I cracked this open. It's very smooth energy with a guayusa plant, and it doesn't taste like that weird kind of what's it called, manufactured taste where like
The
it's too
medicine-y, like yeah,
medicine-y, you
like
know,
yeah.
like it just tastes really delicious and like not too stevia out. You know, it's a very good balance. You know, hats off to you. The big thing that I like to emphasize, you know, to our audience is that this brand has been fucking doing this for a long time. I mean, like they've been around and survived and grown steadily over, we're talking 15, 20 years plus.
Yep.
And like you were doing the model that everyone is doing now, but you were doing that model a long time ago. Instead of just growing at all costs, you're like, no, we're going to take our time. We're going to do it right, make sure we're sustainable, be very careful, and just slow and steady wins the race. And then you also didn't really compromise on ingredients or packaging. The packaging is still as strong as it was many years ago. So yeah, so I really that's the big thing. Like that's a huge accomplishment to steadily grow, not hit all these landmines, not run out of money. Like you know, so just big congratulations to the team, to you, the team, the management team, the CEO, Dima. You guys have really been kicking ass.
Well, the story started in 1999 in Montreal.
99. Wow.
So as you can see, I wasn't there at that time. It's maybe my night cream. I'm a bit old, but not that old. But in 1999, there was the club scene in electronic music in Montreal, and that's where the guru started. We had a club, the owners, the founders at the club, and in the club they have this bar called the Smart Bar, where our director of art, Justin, was mixing different plants, and that's where the idea started, and there was an opportunity, and they started with the first natural energy drink in 1999, and we grew in mostly in Quebec, Canada, for many years. I decided to go and explore the US in 2005. That was a big step with our forever partner, Whole Foods, and then through the natural channel. So we were the first natural energy drink in the world and in North America, and we've been growing constantly throughout the years. And yeah, very proud. We made a big step in 2020 when we decided to go public, and we went to the Toronto Stock Exchange, and we with the first financing of 35 millions. That was the first step, and the second. That was just a year after, in 2021, when we signed an exclusive agreement with PepsiCo for Canada, and another 50,000 million, another 50 million dollar raised also at that time to accelerate Canada. Canada is a big country, but not as big as the US, and also to accelerate in the US. So we try to find the right way of doing it, and we work hard every day.
Yeah. How was it? And it's fun. I just showed on the screen the 90. I googled 1999 branding guru, and for those that want to Google it, but it looks similar. I mean, that's what I love about all this. Like it's like the same slim can. Obviously the font has changed, but it's going. It's going this way, right? And you have the silver and you have the red, and like that is unchanged. And I love that about like this, how you stay true to yourselves. So talk about real quick, because we're running out of time. How did you get to be a publicly traded stock, and what was the process? Just kind of the high level on that.
It will be very high level. I mean, I'm not the finance guy here, but basically we've been looking at partners through and financing to accelerate our growth, but we could never find the right partner with the same the same vision. And after looking at a lot of different options, then going public was actually the best thing. We had on board a big investor that were actually looking at the same way as we are, and also opening this to the public, and people that trust Guru, drink Guru, that can also have access to Guru stocks is also a good way. So we think now we're sharing the good energy can after can, and also with our stocks. I mean, people feel invested, and they feel part of the company as much as we are.
Love it. It's like you did crowdfunding before really crowdfunding became what it is today. So Wade, in the minute we have here with Luke, and by the way, for those just tuning in, we have Luke Martin Private. He's the VP of Innovation for Guru Energy, and also called the Brewmaster. Some questions we have from the audience, and then we'll be on our way to the next segment, and also statements. Robert Kogan, I didn't read this yet, right, Wade? It needs to be shared in this crazy CED space, which is caffeinated energy drinks. Guru is growing steady and holding its place. That is a massive accomplishment when you consider what they face with the competition from everywhere. I mean, you go to any gas station, there's like 15 brands of energy drinks, and they're loud. I mean, you got Reign, you got like REIGHN, or whatever, how you spell it. You got Monster, you got, the biggies.
Rockstar, Red Bull.
As you can tell, I don't drink a lot of them because I can only name like 3. But yeah, so they're loud, and Guru is more just kind of there, and it's working. Massive accomplishment. We consider what they face from competition, and Guru is the first healthy-ish, because healthy-ish CED. Alani followed, and Alani is owned by Congo Brands, same company that created Prime. Couple other questions here. Sugar. That's from Lisa Sohanpal.
Is there sugar in there, Luke? And or I know specifically the new flavors you've certainly they're a little lighter than the original. So the sugar content between the various what's going on there?
Well, I will go back also to the question below before. But sugar, yes, we in this line, in the punch line, the way you design your usual punch is mixing juices with a bit of sugar.
Yep.
We've reduced the amount of sugar. We have some added sugar in the product. It's organic sugar cane. We just put a small amount and we top it with the monk fruits and stevia.
It says 9 grams on the
Yeah.
on the can that I'm looking at.
So that's how we do it. We believe a high amount of sugar is certainly not the same. There are also highly processed sugar that we're not using, but there is also one thing going back to the previous topic is about healthy alternatives, and we look at what's going on in the market, and the North American market is 20 billion market.
Wow.
Dominated by two major company that are two artificial brands. They own about 75% of the market, and everything is artificial. And even the newcomers, they claim to be healthier, and you mentioned one, but they are still made of the same artificial stuff in their product. And since the beginning, and we've never had any synthetic stuff. And talking about the sugars, we're not using sucralose, aspartame, SK, which all those new healthy alternatives are using. And that's the thing. There is maybe a misconception about what is really healthy, and we cannot expect that the consumer knows everything about the ingredient. They cannot have a PhD on ingredients, that's for sure. But what we see now is that there is a trend toward healthy energy drinks, but most of those healthy energy drinks are still made of synthetic stuff, synthetic caffeine, synthetic sweeteners, preservatives, colors, and stuff like that. That what we're not doing, and
Yeah, and then I discovered Guru through a natural store too, and that's also for energy drinks. Usually, you discover it in the gas station, right, or in a mainstream store, right? When I was growing up, right, with energy drinks and how they just became so big. So the fact that I first saw Guru at a Whole Foods and not at a 76 gas station, speaks volumes for the fact that Whole Foods doesn't just bring in any Goomba right onto their shelves. It's got to have a specific set of requirements and a certain bar that they has to be above. Couple more comments, and we'll get you out of here. So Kenny Hausman, I remember launching this line in Hawaii 2 years ago, and that was with Foodland.
Right.
That's cool. I actually saw it out there when I visited Hawaii a couple of years back, or a year ago. And distinction between CEDs and health supplement beverages is big. L-theanine, I assume the line will be NPN registered. Yep. So is it NPN registered? I don't even know what that means, but
no, we're not. We're a beverage.
Okay, got it. That's more supplement, right? Yeah, and you look at all the. It's funny. I saw one the other day. It was called Monster Rehab, like the name of the line. I'm like, this can't be good. It says rehab on the front. Okay, so Luke, we really appreciate you being on our show. Thank you so much for sponsoring. We have the 6 cases on ice right now, waiting for one lucky winner. So make sure to stay tuned and stay logged into our show until the very end, when we'll do a trivia question and we will declare a winner. But Luke, thanks, my man. And you're 3 hours ahead, so appreciate you spending your evening with us.
Very cool. Thank you for the invite. I will be at Expo West, so I will come and say
booth
hi.
Number? What's your booth number?
Booth number, Dima is gonna maybe share it on the
Dima.
chat.
we'll get
Yeah,
that going.
Dima, I know you're here. For those I know on the chat, thanks for joining the show. It's cool. And if you see me at Expo West, come grab me and we can have a talk. Also for the other ones, it will be a pleasure to share things on products and the industry. Very cool.
Awesome. Well,
Great.
Cheers to you guys. Cheers.
Thanks, Luke.
Take good care, Luke. Bye.
And there's the booth number from Dima, 2326. So so if you want to stop by and see the folks from Guru, try some of that innovation. And I'm intentionally not show. Well, I did show mine. I'm not drinking it because I actually did drink one before the show. I love the stuff. It's really tasty. Definitely enjoy it. And I'm tipping ahead to the next segment because that's what I was saving for our next segment, Alex. So
Okay, let's get into it.
Kind of spoiling it. It's about that time, anyways, right?
Exactly. And want to say too that their booth is not far away from ours, right?
I was just going to say that. I mean, you said 222
and they're
is us.
2326. So they're like one aisle over, like one row aisle. And that way. Yeah.
Nice.
And so Guru, you can come by and be on our show or send someone from your booth. Send Dima because we've already heard from Luke. So all right, look forward to seeing you across the row there. Going into it, stuff we love. And again, make sure to stay tuned and stay logged in here. Logged in, such an old-fashioned word, for the prize. 6 cases. 6. You have to like open a storage unit just to hold this Guru. 6 cases to the winner of Guru Energy, including their new line with the L-theanine, their punch line. So make sure to stay tuned in. In about 5 minutes, we'll be asking that question. All right, Wade.
Well, I mean, we've spoiled it. We've been talking about it most of the show. So I've got Dima sent me a mixed case, not 6 cases. He sent me a mixed case of the new punch flavors, and this one has been the one that I've been going on the most, the peach mango punch. I really like this one. This one is not open because I had one right before the show. But yeah, it's delicious, tastes good. I've been enjoying it, and that's what I've got along with my Guru t-shirt, in case you missed that.
Love it.
Yep,
love it.
There it is. Thank you, Dima.
All right, so mine is the Goyusa, because I just love the Goyusa plant. I love how it makes me feel. Again, I'm not a big energy drink guy. Again, I'm not going to mislead people, but this is damn good. Like, I feel a nice steady energy and not this big spike and crash. So, and it's organic. That's we left that out of the entire thing. This is organic.
Oh yeah. We carried it in California when I was there, and you know how strict Jimbo's is. So
yeah, and that's why, I mean, he naturally has that kind of energy, but I'm sure he probably drank a Guru here and there, maybe as a chaser, who knows. So USDA organic, one of the only organic energy drinks. There's a couple others, but they were definitely the first, and that's pretty huge. There's a seal right there. I have the organic energy Goyusa tropical punch, so delicious. And then the other one, just in theme of this episode, is the Olipop, which does have green tea in it for some energy as well, not as much as a Guru, but Olipop vintage cola. Got this at my local Ralph's, so shout out to Ralph's, the original Southern California retailer. I actually met a cashier there that she has been there for 55 years.
Wow.
As a cashier, and she used to work with Ralph.
That's amazing.
Yeah. And then, like, obviously Ralph's got bought out by Kroger, but she, obviously that says a lot for people loving their chain. And then I just want to also shout out Rich Insights Tumblr. So there you go.
I would shout out Rich Insights too. He put up a couple posts this week of our energy nutrition bar set with some of his analysis of the eye tracking that he does. Just fascinating stuff. My category manager was kind of geeking out on it too, and Rich, that's just amazing. All that goes into that. Totally,
he's an example of someone that not only super cool guy, but offers something that's really hard to find, like something that's highly valuable, that's hard to find, and tons of insights, right, to play on words. So eye tracking, he can take your packaging. If you're designing packaging, you can hire Rich Insights, and he'll demo it, your packaging you're thinking of releasing, to thousands of people. And he has eye tracking software where he can tell you where the consumer's eyes are going on that package, like first, second, third, fourth, fifth. So it's very insightful. Keep on using Insights. Make sure to reach out to Rich Insights. We do that. We do shout outs, man, even if they're not, he's not sponsoring. We just love him. So, all right. All right. So the next segment is called Friday Freebies.
Friday Freebies.
All right. I think we have to make that either probably your head rolling out there or something. We got to make a change there. Okay. So the prize, do you have it all loaded up there?
I've got the prize loaded up. You want to talk about V-Driven first, and then we'll go to the prize?
We certainly can. Certainly can. So our long-term sponsor and partner, V-Driven, they are a master sale. They're an organization for emerging CPG brands, mature CPG brands, or if you're just starting. And again, I'm not reading this. This is all just from the heart. And they basically help with master sales. They help with trade spend deduction management. They help with ideations and bringing it to market. Luke Abbott, who's the CEO and founder of V-Driven, and there's the website below for those that are watching. He is a serial entrepreneur. So he started, he became the owner of Monterey Provisions, a distribution company that got by KE. And then he was the CEO of Jimbo's. And then now he created V-Driven to help these emerging CPG brands with affordable solutions, all a la carte. You can select one thing or 5 things. They also do the accounting, right? And all the line items and the trade spend deductions in your accounting. And it's very, very affordable. So make sure to reach out to Luke Abbott, Luke.Abbott, ABBOTT, at vdriven.com.
And one more plug, Alex, that you forgot to mention is Luke's podcast.
I did.
I've got your back. This is why we play off each other. So Alex was the latest guest on Luke's Reconnected podcast, and there's the link for Alex's episode. I think this is episode, help me out, 5 or 6. So check that out for sure. And I think episode number 2. So every episode's been great. Jonathan Lawrence from Fresh Time was on one of the episodes ago.
Coil from
Yep, and I started listening. And Jimbo himself was episode number 1, but I started listening to your episode. I got interrupted with meetings today. I'm about halfway through, and great stuff so far. So I'm looking forward to finishing that this weekend. And check Luke's Pet podcast out. I mean, V-Driven, Reconnected podcast, good stuff. So but the giveaway that we mentioned is from Guru Energy. And again, it's 6 cases, 2 of the fruit punch, 2
not
of the
one,
punch,
not 2.
Yes, that's right. 6 cases, 2 each of the new flavors: fruit punch, peach mango punch, and tropical punch.
So much.
Yes. So
these
good stuff.
Are these 12 packs or 24 packs?
I believe they're 12s.
So it's only just 72 cans.
That's all. Make some friends, right?
Yeah, exactly. What's funny is this has been such an enthralling episode that I don't really have a question. Do we have to think this up, or do you have something prepared in the arsenal?
Wow. I feel like I do. And if Deem is still in the audience, he can keep me he can keep me honest. But how about the year that Guru started?
That's the exact same question I was thinking of asking.
Great minds think alike.
Genius.
So if you know the answer to that question, put it in chat. If you're the first one to get it, you will get those 6 cases of Guru Energy. And we'll wait for that to come up. Alex, what are you doing this weekend?
Yeah, I mean, tomorrow, you know it, playing some golf. I'll be at the beautiful. It's coming in. I can't even.
There we go. I was gonna say. We'll get back to it. All right. So, I'm checking the phone for the accurate answer because it's so quick. We've got Jared Volp was the first answer.
That's what I'm saying.
I looked on my phone to make sure because sometimes
it goes out of order. Yeah.
But Jared Volp. So Jared, email cpgvibes100@gmail.com and we'll hook you up with those 6 cases. So, all right. So golfing and what else?
Just going to put this in the chat. Make sure I don't misspell it. CPG Vibes 100. So, golf and then just relaxing my wife and my son. And also there's a longtime friend of mine I've known for, I love these types of friends for about 32 years. Done them 32 years. And we're going to go out for dinner and then play some darts and might do some karaoke. So just cool guy. His name is actually Alex too. And his last name starts with a B as well. I'm not just making this person up. He's a real person. Nice. So grew up in Palos Verdes together and super, super cool guy, Armenian guy. Shout out to the Armenians. So there you go. So I'm doing that Sunday, relaxing, exercising, wellness. It's been one of those weeks, right? So just wellness. How about you?
So, well, I think my first and foremost, I'm going to be fielding the thousands of opportunities and people that are reaching out to me about my next opportunity. I know my phone, my email, my messages are going to be blowing up on here on LinkedIn. And so, yeah, so keep sending those my way. But beyond that, kidding aside, not really. We're going to go see a concert tomorrow night. Keller Williams is coming to North
Keller
Carolina.
Williams, isn't that a real estate company?
It is a real estate, but it's also he's also a singer, and he does a lot of different projects. And so we're going to see him first time tomorrow night. So we're looking forward to that. And then Saturday we'll make our way back from the show, and or I'm sorry, Sunday, and probably relax a little bit and get ready to do it all over again next week. But yeah,
Totally. Yeah. This is a weekend too. I feel like a lot of people are in this kind of same phase. Just relax and do nothing. Like don't do anything. Get your mind off whatever business, the daily stresses. Sit back, have a guru energy, kind of relax, and then once the energy kicks in, go for a run. Do something fun. Just go out and do something, as long as it's not raining or snowing. So yeah, that's my advice. So all right, well, that puts a bow on it. So Wade, this has been an amazing episode. I think one of the most watched episodes we've had so far this year from looking at the counter. So that's always cool. So we thank everyone so much for your support. Also, make sure to give us 5 stars, right? Go on Apple Podcasts, give us 5 stars. We are the #1 rated CPG podcast in the country, in North America, I should say, which includes, right, Canada. I've got to include those guys. And so make sure to give us those 5 stars. If you'd like to be a sponsor on one of our episodes, make sure to email cpgvibes100@gmail.com. And we will see you back here on the next month, which is March 1st. So excited about that. And Wade, love you, buddy.
Love you, buddy.
Take care. Have a wonderful, relaxing weekend, and everyone will catch you next week.